welcome to Over the Fence, Mike and Megan. When I saw your garden at the Hardy Plant Open Garden, I was just flabbergasted by the beauty of it.
Oh, it's so sweet.
And also just the feel, like you've done such a good job of translating more than just the kind of tropical plants, but so many little touches that add so much. So yeah, I'd love to just introduce, maybe you guys could each talk about a little bit about how you came into this world and how you started gardening. Anything else you want to mention?
My name is Mike. We've been at this place for 16 years now. Been a work in progress. I'm currently a production manager at Little Prince of Oregon Nursery. Been in the industry for about 30 years. Got into it. I don't know if I should say it, but I got into it as we. Let me see. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Right now.
Yeah, so it was growing cannabis back in the 90s.
It's in the book.
Growing cannabis back in the 90s.
Right on.
Makes it extra cool. You'll find that I'm not as much.
Yes.
Yeah, and you probably learn a lot from that.
Oh, yeah. Realized that digging holes wasn't exactly what I liked, but I loved the plants and I loved the plant aspect of it. And so I ended up going back to college and getting my degree, bachelor's degree in horticulture. And
very cool.
That was the start of my
amazing
industry. So.
A fun fact that not many people know about me is I actually got into it via cannabis too.
Yeah.
Working in Estacada, just growing weed and trimming.
Right. Okay, see.
So we have that in common.
All right.
And what about you, Megan?
My name's Megan, and I grew up not too far from here, so I'm an Oregon native. I went to school to play sports in college. I was an avid sports goer. So when my sophomore year decided to transition my degree to horticulture, my mom was like, "You don't even mow the lawn. Like, where is this coming from?" I took one class in high school that was a horticulture class, and I really enjoyed it. And so that's what kind of took my moment of turning into that. I also was really into photography and went to Monet's garden and noticed how amazing the light was with gardening and texture and color, which kind of leads to how we've kind of started to design here. And so that was kind of my turn. And then I had the great fortune to start at the Oregon Garden before even the grand opening. So I had my botanical setting there, and then transitioned to the nursery industry where Mike and I met at Little Prince of Oregon Nursery. So that was kind of the start of our relationship. And then when things got serious, we realized that probably having all of our eggs in the Little Prince of Oregon basket may not be wise long term. So I applied for the city of Lake Oswego and went into municipality land management and was there for 14 years, and now I'm currently the director of Westland Parks and Recreation.
Awesome.
So that's but our tie has always been our dates, a lot of them, our vacations always are around botanical gardens. Our gardening in itself is something that we have met through and we've continued to stay connected through. So it's kind of our, I don't know who goes on a date to the Heartlandia plant sale. We do. We used to get a babysitter. So that's kind of where we've kind of continued, and it's where we started, and it's where we enjoy spending a lot of our time.
Yeah.
So I have been completely known to butcher nomenclature of plants. And I don't hide from that. I'm not the greatest.
Here.
But you know what I will say is that nobody alive today has actually heard spoken Latin from how it was back in the day. So nobody technically really knows how it should be pronounced. We all have ideas of how it should be, but nobody actually knows.
Also, what is this in Great Britain? A clematis,
yes.
And here a clematis.
Right.
So I know, it's kind of silly to get mad about how things are pronounced, and please don't feel any judgment from me.
Right, I feel like if we both know what the plant is and what we're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is just coming off of your driveway, and you've got kind of more of a deserty plants.
Got some of the mangaves over there, a syringium here. We've got a palm going on, a hedychium back in there, and it's kind of more of that drier, hotter tropical.
The drier, hotter tropical. Were you guys really inspired by the tropics? Have you traveled there a lot? And we want to make that garden.
I lived in California for a while, lived in Santa Cruz. So not necessarily tropical, but a solid zone 9 type of climate. We've been to Florida, Southern California, Hawaii, so we're just inspired by the plant material, and we like warmth. We like palm trees. We go to Las Vegas often.
Do you use a lot of water in this section? I mean, obviously not, it's
Not
dry,
a
right?
ton, yeah. It's all on a drip system here, so it is on drip, but it's not a heavy use water
Yeah.
part of the garden. And I will say that Megan is the master of the foliage, the texture, the colors, the putting all the plants together. She is absolutely the mastermind of it.
Aw.
I'm a little more on the technical know-how of the requirements, the sizing, and a lot of times she'll be like, I want to put down there. I'm sorry, you can't put that there. And she's like, no, but I want to put that there. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't put that there. And so we kind of have that nice balance, and she definitely has a lot of the vision. She definitely sees the overall picture of it. I'm kind of a little better on the small scale side of it. The little pieces of it I do a little better with, but she sees kind of the bigger picture and all of the
Amazing.
put it all together.
Well, what
so
a
it's
great
a good team, and you know, I'm a good worker. I like digging holes too in this garden, not in my career.
Oh, right. So this is an annual, right?
No, it's actually not. That
Okay.
one is
I guess I'm mixing it up with
zone 8. It's an
brachioglottis.
seal angel wings, right on the edge.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's close.
So it does well for you here. And
yeah, that's year 2 or 3 that it's been in the ground.
awesome. That's good to know. Some gingers?
Yeah, that's Hidicium right there.
Hidicium?
Yeah, I believe it's Terra.
So those are some really beautiful blooms, right?
Nice orange flower bloom on that one.
And is that coming up in just a little bit? Like
usually more towards end of August.
okay, so this is one that goes away, right?
The Colocaceae,
Yeah.
well, they go away and they go back to the nursery.
Okay.
So, I'm fortunate enough to have a place to overwinter a lot of the plants. And so the Colocaceae, there's an Alocaceae in the back. Those are plants that get replanted every year, but most of everything that you see in the yard is hardy.
You just have a few key things that get really big and have a really big impact, and you do some hard work digging those out and putting them back in. But most everything else is hardy.
Hardy to the yard, you know, or a butylon.
Yard hardy.
We'll wrap them. Well, we'll throw a blanket over them on the super cold nights. But that one's been here 10 plus years, so it's gone through some of those really harsh cold winters, and they have survived. So
amazing.
Some years we're like, oh, I don't know, is this the year?
Yeah.
Is this the year they're going to be lost? But every year they come back. So the bees just absolutely love
This is a beautiful one.
Oh.
Just get your head in there, and it's like, maybe not that close, especially with curly hair that gets stuck in there.
Oh, sorry.
But you can completely hear them just having a heyday in there.
Amazing.
So many different types of bees visit our garden, and you know, a lot of our neighbors don't do a lot of gardening and landscaping and things like that. So this yard really supports a lot of different pollinators out there, and the hummingbirds, particularly in the late season in the year where there's nothing flowering anywhere. Our yard has something for those hummingbirds.
There's our friends.
There's we fight that all the time here.
So we have deer sprinklers that go off. We don't in the side yard and the front yard constantly, because we live on natural space all around, and we're quite tasty. Our yard's quite tasty to snack on. So there's our visitors that have been dealing with the deer.
We have motion sensor sprinklers that do go off. Probably drives the neighbors crazy that they go off so often, but they are quite effective. So I think if you do have deer problems,
it's a good option. The amaranthus, you'll find we planted that 3+ years ago.
At least, yeah.
And as you walk through the garden, you'll see it randomly pop up, including in the cracks of our driveway, and we just let them be because they've made it, they survived, and so they're just kind of randomly where they've occurred and where they've reseeded. So
okay, live and let live.
It kind of is, yeah. So even like in our driveway, there's a crack with one growing out. I try not to drive over it and just let it be there. If it's happy to grow, it grows there.
And it does make a great cut flower. Do you ever use it?
No, we just love it as it is. It's there. We let it be.
So maybe we should try it as a cut flower.
Totally. Yeah. Our yards evolved though over the years. So when we moved in, there's only 2 plants in the front here that were in existence. Everything else we brought in, there wasn't a whole lot of plant material. There was an arborvitae hedge in the front, and this used to be our edible garden until we had overplanted it that we were not probably at eating as much as we probably should have, and it transitioned over time. So we find an area that we like and we use it, and then we're like, we're not optimizing it, and then we change it out. And so the garden just continually changes. And I use the example of, I call it moving the furniture. So plant something for the year that works, and then we're like, it's gonna move next year. Doing less and less of that now though. But as we're getting older, our kids are getting older, and we're just kind of enjoying what's there now.
All the work you put into it and what you've created. And like, do you disagree ever much at all?
Oh, I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, again, we're out here working, right? And we're like stressed to get to something. It will be more so that I really want something in a place like Mike mentioned that should not be there. It's not nice to the plants. And so not often, but we've done like all the irrigation together, brought, tons of soil in and bark mulch. And again, it's like our thing that we do together. So
I think sometimes though on that point, sometimes we just trust each other.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I don't see that vision, but go with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, and other times we're like, well, let's try again.
Exactly. I will say he was kind to compliment me on like putting plans together, but all of our infrastructure that we have that you see, Mike has done himself. So there's been no landscaper that's come in or designer. So for example, the structure behind us is actually for our trash cans and recycling. So we're like, can we do this in a different way? And I'll throw out an idea and Mike builds it. Same thing, we look in the front yard, there's a patio there that's the last bit of sun we get in the day, and I always call it lizard on the rock, I want to be in the sun. And so he built a patio for us. So all the decking, everything you see has all been Mike Hicks built. So feel very fortunate to have that craftsmanship in him.
And that's amazing that like this little path actually has so much utility. You've really cleverly figured this out, the trash can. And so you actually are able to go up an alley and put the cans in?
Our neighbor's super nice about that. He was willing to allow us to do that access. And for example, this has just been here less than a year. So we or maybe 2 years.
It's been a couple of years.
But the pathway's only been here. This was we were like, how do we get here? How do we tie it in together? Same thing with the bamboo edging. That came out of us wanting to have that tropical feel. And so we just now use it for any of our accents to build our beds up too.
Nice.
And I think that's a lot of this garden. None of it was really planned as this overall design. It was, we did that spot, and then we did this spot, and then we did a spot back there, and then we found a way with pathways and features and things like that it luckily all just kind of came together. So.
Yeah.
Well, the other part of that is we go plant shopping, and then Mike will go like, where's that going to go? And I'll be like, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Come home, and that's how a lot of things have come to be. Or we would get plants donated, or Mike has friends that'll buy plants for us. It's nice to have people who share the vision and collect for us too.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I keep admiring this plant down here.
Oh, the mimulus.
Yeah, that is Mimulus.
Mimulus.
Firewalker. Yeah.
Okay, great. And does that kind of bloom a long period of time, or am I lucky?
I mean, it's been blooming all summer. And
Amazing.
I think it will continue to bloom all the way into the fall too. So.
Oh my gosh.
And that was planted as what size, Mike? That wasn't that big of a
That
plant,
was
just to give an
a
idea.
4.5 inch container. So yeah, that's just a couple months worth of growth, and it's gotten
amazing.
big.
And continuous bloom.
Yeah, continuous
Very
bloom, and it kind of
beautiful.
goes from a darkish red and fades to a lighter orange
Yeah, I
color
love
like
that.
So you have a variation of color in it.
And so I love how you've continued the bamboo to kind of tie it in, and this is your sunspot.
That's my sunspot, right? Get home from work and it's the last
Perfect.
sunspot of the day.
That came about from one of the ice storms. We lost a pittosporum it was a borderline hardy
And Edgeworthia.
and an Edgeworthia. We're both right there, and we were super sad about it. But then, as Megan said, that is the last bit of sun here, and so she had a great idea just to build a patio there. So almost every time in our yard where we've lost something, we've found new opportunity for something better. And it's always come out better on the other side. So
I'm trying to give a bee water garden, and
cute.
I'm trying. We had one of our Mike's water features in the back. One year we had honeybees. One bee just found it, and we were just having a continuous stream of honeybees coming for the water. Haven't been able to recreate it, so this is my attempt to try.
It's so
I don't know if I'll get any visitors, but I'm really like this one. Go down. Well, and then if you watch this echinacea too, it's just the bees are all over it, and we'll get a lot of the native flies that come in too. It's really fun to sit here and just watch how this whole area swarms. So I just keep hoping somebody will come for a drink of water. It's a new thing.
Yeah, they will come.
Yeah.
Is this twister?
yeah, it's green twister.
It's it looks so healthy, and you haven't had to stake it or anything. That's
It gets
great.
really hot sun right there.
Oh, okay.
And this is a little bit of a challenging area. But it's just blazing sun, and then it also, the hydrangea is tall enough now over there where it blocks some of it, but it would just get tons of reflective sun from the roof, and the skylights would actually
would be so
almost
bad.
magnify glass effect.
It would burn plants.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a massive hydrangea. And this tree?
That's a
Loquat.
A loquat.
Yeah. Evidently, they're quite weedy in California, because we've had some people come up from California or just aghast by the fact that it's here. They're like, what is that doing here? So they clearly must be quite weedy in California, but we love it.
We've been fortunate.
Yeah.
You know, in the ice storms, though, it'll almost lay flat.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, yeah.
But it survives. It's almost like rubbery, kind
it
of,
is.
right?
It's bendy, and it just pops right back up.
Is it kind of like a magnolia, how it blooms?
It is, and the flowers are not that way. It drops its leaves like a magnolia, so that's why it's really nice. It's in the back because it's a mess back there. But the flowers are like early February, March. You don't even notice them, and you'll all of a sudden look out, and it's the only thing that's blooming. Right next to the Edgeworthia will go first, and then that. They're like small white
super
flowers.
fragrant too.
Yeah.
I really love the circle. Like, you know, a lot of people try to like not have a perfect circle.
It was started off as an egg shape because we did not want a perfect circle. That was actually, it was very specifically, even looking from our second story window looking down. But now it looks like a circle.
I want to tell you guys sincerely, genuinely, I love this. Like, you know, people like being in a concentric shape and.
Well, it was definitely not intended that way. I'll let you know that. We tried, but now
we did try to not make it a circle, but that was the only way it was going to work.
Well, because you have metal edging now.
I think you're the first person that's ever said that you've liked our circle.
And then, you know, you really did like bring the foliage in, and so that's great. You can be in here and feel like you're not on the street.
Right.
So that's really great.
That's the beauty of this right here, is that it's just a nice secluded spot where even if people are coming up, they don't even know you're sitting right here.
And you get to hear the children.
Oh, it's
play.
lovely. Yeah, it is. Do scare some UPS drivers with our deer sprinklers or us sitting here, not knowing we're here. But...
And you guys just quietly chuckling.
Like, hi, and they're like, oh.
Wait, people are actually sitting in their yard.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
See, this yard's done so much transformation too, because this used to be our annex. We would just find random stuff and put it in here. So this is the last area that, like, even this bed right here was just replanted in March and April.
Yeah.
You know, so we really
some of it was there, but
no,
we
but I
moved
mean
some
that we
stuff
moved a lot.
around.
It was a blank spot, and we were terrified of the garden tour coming.
Right.
So it was just kind of fun to work through it and just we keep moving things around. And
And you can see some colored metal art back there. There's some more anniversary.
That's
That's
like tie-dye.
I just went crazy with the spray paint. I think I had spray painted too much over the time.
You've inhaled too.
I think I did.
Like, you want a mask or a respirator or something? Like, no, I'm fine. Because you really couldn't
couldn't
just
see 'em.
rusted metal, so you really
Yeah.
couldn't see them.
Those metal balls were created by Don Sprague, who passed away, I think, 2 years ago. He was a fabricator in Aurora, so I made a point to like hold his name out. So when I spray paint, it's just kind of fun that some of the local artists around.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
did a lot of garden art.
Yeah.
A lot of garden art.
Yeah.
This is another Eracema. This is another one of my. There, that's Eracema griffii. A lot of different Eracemas have a lot of different leaf forms to them.
This could be called dinosaur footprint.
Oh, it totally could.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I haven't seen that, but now I can't unsee it.
Okay, good. Maybe the next one will have that name.
All right, well, you just made a new common name, huh?
Wow.
And it gets, I just
Crazy.
love the flowers that.
Well, Mike, I don't know is there any out front? Because there's one right here.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm hoping there's one out
I think
front.
there's some in the front.
Okay, that are
this is
facing.
the
Oh,
Eracema.
So they look like the little
Jack in
cobras.
the Pulpit.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it
That's what
is.
they all are.
I think I'm smelling.
So that's
this
exact.
lily.
That's just a
what you're
stargazer.
smelling.
As we came around the
Yes.
corner, I was like, "Oh, I wonder what's
Oh,
smelling.
wow.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's what it
stargazer."
is.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Even having Daphne next to the canna is probably not how you would ever plan that. But we're like, the Daphne was here. We planted that.
Planted.
But we were so happy to have success with it. We just worked our way around it, like
I
an
think-
azalea behind with the it's just make the texture and color work. I guess it's kind of showing that there may be a right and a wrong, but when you garden, there really isn't. You kind of make it what you want it to be.
It looks so perfect, and the scale, and but I'm realizing now how wide these beds are.
Yeah.
Like, what, like 10, 15 feet?
There's close probably 15 to 20 feet to that back fence back there from the
And
front
that's-
right here. So yeah, there is
Yeah.
a lot back there, and that is actually one thing we've somewhat
struggle
struggled
with.
with is to how to. Cause there's a lot of stuff back there that you don't ever see, right? Unless you like
Right.
fight your way through
Yeah.
to get there. And so we've always talked about some pathways and things like that. But it's also nice just to have that depth
Yeah.
right there
Yeah.
and to get the right plants so that they're popping up behind.
And you just, you've created the right proportion of
Got
plants.
lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
Well,
there's more than that.
But we did this
A
last
lot
year,
of
though.
furniture moving.
It is a lot of furniture moving. But in the back, we actually made like a little relief nursery. So things we didn't want to throw away right before had people over. We just had all these containers. We just threw some stuff back there that we'll see if we'll use it next year or not.
Awesome.
So-
It's a nice little holding area. The front yard has been, I think it's finally getting to a nice spot.
I think
but
it's finally-
it was kind of a place where things just got thrown. If we didn't know what to do with them, we threw them in
Okay,
the
that'll
front.
work for this year.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think we've
Yeah.
managed to get
It's
it
finding
to-
its story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice. We like to mix the annuals with hardy perennials, and
This is an annual, right?
yeah, that's castor bean plant right there.
Very
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a great combo. And then a bromelia that you
That's a mangave right
a
there.
mangave.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
It's very
careful
ouchy.
of those tips.
Oh,
Oh no,
Oh,
just
no,
it'll hurt
it's fine.
you.
It's just like a needle. We like to cut
Yeah.
the tips off so that
is this a crocosmia?
it is a cook.
I've never seen that color of leaf before.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
great.
well,
It was
Was
a
it
gift.
I don't think it's on the market yet. It came from a nursery
Whoa.
that's developing it. So.
Hmm.
But I think it's great, and the flower is great,
beautiful.
and just that dark foliage color.
Has it done the crocosmia thing where you're like, you're too big of a mound? and-
We've only had it
Yeah.
3 years.
Nah, that might be 4.
It was when the book was published.
Maybe 3.
That's when she
then,
brought it
yeah.
over.
Mm.
But yeah, there's other crocosmias where we've been pulling.
Oh
for
yeah,
like 15
forever.
Years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then more of your amaranth.
Yeah,
Just
there's
popping
some
up
cracks
everywhere in the
right there,
cracks.
Does that come out?
and,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but although I will say this, that every year I pull it out, and this last winter it wasn't a mild winter, right? And I just got gung ho, and I just started digging in there, and I was tearing it out. Pretty much realized it was still alive, and so I ripped out this huge
It was huge.
incente that was probably alive, and I felt just awful.
Oh.
Hardy Grevillea had this over 10 years. Flowers just like almost all nonstop. And here's another patch of Eracema, Consanguineum silver center, and kind of colonized in here, and just love the flowers on them. They're just so cool.
And then I love it with the umbrella pine behind it. Is that what that is?
It is,
yeah.
which will eventually get quite big.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it will, but it was planted there with the intent that it would get big. So that's not a moving plant.
That's one of my favorite conifers.
Oh, come on.
love
You can dig.
No.
This is a really nice feature. Is this actually holding in soil or?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we did have an old arborvitae hedge that came across the front right here, and it was a lot shorter though, wasn't it?
I don't think so, but maybe it was.
Thought I built that up a little taller, but yeah, it's holding soil in so that we can get a taller back portion, and then it slopes down into the grass.
Oh, okay.
Also kind of gave us the reason why we realized we wanted the privacy, because we had an arborvitae hedge that went along this side and then down the fence line, and so we were like, well, that was a huge privacy loss when that fell down with the ice storm.
Ice storm in 20 or 21.
Yeah, it took it down.
Took it all
So it was
down.
honestly a gift, but we were like,
Yeah.
oh no, what are we gonna do?
Right,
So
because your privacy hedge is so much more
Much better.
intricate and lush and luscious.
yeah.
Well, and kind of especially on the far side there where we replaced the fence, once we took the hedge down, we noticed like all the plants are growing at a 45 degree angle because they were trying to get away from it. And as soon as we took it down, they just all opened up
Yeah.
and they just all filled in and became so much happier. The trellis here has kind of never really gotten one vine to ever become dominant on it, so I just keep
Start
planting new
planting
vines
stuff.
on there and just keep throwing them
Cool.
on there. And I don't know, it's a bit of a mess and a little wrangly right now.
I think
but
it looks-
the Linicera
yeah.
seem to have finally become happy on it. There's a passiflora that comes up. here and there.
comes and goes.
wow.
Ah, there it is blooming.
Yeah, we got
Oh.
one going right now.
Yeah, and there's clematis right there.
And there's the
This is a
Taiji.
clematis.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a clematis, and then that's a
Oh.
clematis.
Okay, that's also.
We were part of the Rogers and Clematis collection
okay.
tour a few years ago, so we added a few in,
Yeah,
which
we
is
thought-
really neat.
Felt like we should add some in if we were on the clematis tour.
We're really
so.
happy we did, because even this one over here, there's only a couple blooms that are in pink that are above left. But that one is Diana, I believe.
What a great
Princess
shape.
Diana.
Princess
yeah.
Diana,
That's so
yeah.
pretty.
And it's really nice. It has the nice.
There, the
seed
seed
heads.
heads.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, and then your little school of fish too. Is
Yes.
very beautiful.
So
Love
that would be
that.
for year 9. We buy garden art for our anniversaries. So what you see mostly in the art realm that's here is all been for some sort of anniversary. So this was 9 for the school.
And
School
how
of
many
9.
years have you been married now? 14?
15.
15.
this
Okay.
I
August.
was like, wait a minute.
15,
I was like,
14 technically, 15
So
this
it's like
August.
a scavenger hunt.
It kind of
All right, we
is.
gotta find all 15 pieces.
Yeah, but if we may
well,
not
it didn't start
remember.
at the very. I think it probably started year 5
Yeah,
or
probably.
so, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And is the
And
gate
actually,
one?
the
Gate
gate
is
the
one.
first one.
Yeah.
That is the first year anniversary. That's where the tradition
So
started.
Well, thank you guys for bringing me through Margaritaville back here. Like,
It's great to have you. Really appreciate
Absolutely.
you
I
coming
feel
out.
honored to be a part of
Yeah.
it. So thank you.
okay. And you mentioned a book. Is there?
Yes,
another way?
we have the book. I'll go grab it real quick.
Oh,
So
cool.
this came out in April. So we were super honored to be a part of
Do you know what
Doreen's
page
book.
you're at?
Yep, it's right there.
Beautiful. Okay, we won't share too much. People can buy the book.
Spirited gardener. You know, as gardening books go, oftentimes you're like, yeah, it's a gardening book, right? But this one is done really well. It's on some really nice quality paper. It was put together really nice.
And is it all people from Portland?
Mostly
Northwest, yeah.
Cool.
And I love that it's
Wow.
the stories of the gardener. So as you're reading through, it's really fun to see. I think I love that part of it. She really tied in her art,
Amazing.
her artistry and keen eye for photography with the stories of the gardener. So definitely
Cool.
one to check out.
Okay. And is there anywhere else you'd like people to follow you or, I don't know, keep in touch with you?
We're
Just Instagram.
The Instagram.
I guess, yeah,
We
we're
really
we're gonna make an Instagram page for pictures, I think, one of these days.
we become
Okay.
cool. We'll let you know.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
This
so
was-
much. I really appreciate this. It was really great to get to know you,
Yeah,
even
thank
through
you. Great to have you
like
out
starting
here.
to see your store. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what you have created. How
Oh, thank
amazing.
you.